videos, they were talking about velocity, and for sometimes we will actually use the word speed. They're somewhat similar, and in fact they're related, but they're not exactly the same thing. Speed is the distance traveled in a given time interval over that time interval. So for instance, if you're looking at the car, over a time interval of 1 second, it traveled 40 meters, so its speed is 40 meters per second. Most importantly, speed does not take into account the direction of the displacement. So if you've gone from right to left or left to right on this coordinate axis, your speed would be the same. Said another way, the speed is the absolute value of the velocity. Now let's look at the velocity. The velocity is equal to the displacement over the time interval. As we saw previously, displacement can be positive or negative depending on the direction that was traveled on the coordinate axis that you've chosen. So that means that velocity can be either positive or negative as well, and that denotes the direction of the travel. So for instance here we have a bike moving to the right, it's moving positively on the coordinate axis, but bicycle 2 is moving to the left, so its velocity is negative. The speed of these two bicycles is actually the same because again speed does not take direction into account. If you read the word speed in a problem, make sure you realize that the speed we're giving you will not have a sign attached to it. But when you need to use velocity, which is what you'll actually need to use in most cases, you need to make sure you take into account the direction that the object is moving so that you can take into account whether the velocity should be positive or negative in the coordinate axis that you've chosen.